29! White 29! White 53! Hut! Set! White 80! Hut! Set! Ready? Blue 22! Here we go! Get ready! Black 88! Set! Red 18! Hut! Red 80! Hut! Let's go! Set! Hut!
Looking for room. It's Duggan. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Let's talk for a second about Auburn. They start the season in the top 5, prime position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why not start early right here in week 1 and come shooting out of the cannon?
Shooting out of the cannon with a start that everybody gets to look at, see how good you are. And that first impression is really big, right?
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
Job number 1 for a defense is to create negative plays, to create turnovers. How about this? Opening drive of the football game, getting the big...
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Rides to back and leaves it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They go right back to him. Spins away from the defender. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. And I don't think he got there. No, they stopped him. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Using his legs to buy some time. At the 35, he's loose. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. He'll pull it on the read. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He'll do it himself. Makes it past the marker. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Looking for the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. So here comes the Auburn offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Guys, let's chat a little big picture Auburn. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did.
Offense in a bunch formation. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's going for the big play. Catch inside the 25. And he glides into the end zone easily, but this one might be coming back. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. He's looking to throw. He uncorks one deep. Makes the grab down the left side. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Pressure coming. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. The Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Couldn't quite make the connection, now staring at a 3rd down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, at this juncture in the game,
now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Might be calling a hot route. Going for the big play. He's got it along the sideline. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. How about that last big play? You're backed up, and now you've got it 1st and 10 from the 46. Turning and firing back to the right. That's risky. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Quarterback on the keeper. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's... He'll keep it himself. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his vote. Going to take a shot at this DB. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the...
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end. This offense will start doing business from their own 18-yard line on 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll throw it. Finds his man. It's Simmons. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, if you could give a helmet sticker to this defensive coaching staff, they would get one because of the plan they've had for this guy at wide receiver. He is one of the best in the entire country with his speed and his athleticism, but they have had a plan for him. Whether it's man coverage, zone, they've been able to double him, they've been able to change up the looks, and they have not been able to get him involved in the game, and that's why...
And the rush will get to him at the 25. And the Tigers want to pick up the tempo. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. At the 35, he's got room. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He wants to take the top off. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
You got to give this defense tons of credit because they have been lights out. They have not allowed a single point so far, and a big reason why is how well they're playing on the back end. They came into this game knowing the offense was going to try to throw the football, but they're not giving anything up, and another great job that time in coverage.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Connection to the right. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. The Tigers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Auburn! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
I know as a coaching staff, you're always trying to find positives that you can build on, and it's nice to see your team continues to fight. It has been a slog up to this point. No points until finally breaking through here in the 4th quarter. And they're going to go back and watch the film, and they're
to the air on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. What a grab along the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money. Touchdown, Tigers. Once he got some room, it was over. Snap in the shotgun.
one of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride.
Guys, this is a type of signature win that can set the tone for the future of a program.
And this is the crazy thing about college football. With
Red 29, represent. Red 54. Blue 30. White 29. 53. Say hut. Let's go. Here we go. Hut, hut. White 80. One tag. Ready? Blue 22. Hut. Set. Hey, hut. Set. Set. Black 88. Black 88. Hut. Red 18. Hut. Red 80! Red 80! Set! 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 Blue 85! Set! Get set! Hut! Set! Set! Black 18! 54. Let's go. All eyes. Set. Set. Hi. Set. Blue 30. White 29. Set, set. White 53. White 80. Blue 22. Here we go. Get ready. Black 88. Red 18. Red 80. Blue 85.
Power football with the run. Powers through the defender. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Nice move to pick up yardage. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front. And the Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Wants to adjust the pattern. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Turning it on! They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to you.
And they will score! Touchdown, Tigers! Looking to throw on 1st down. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was... poor starting field position here for this offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And down he goes back at the 3.
There's an example of a dude getting beat one-on-one with his quarterback getting closer and closer to his end zone, man. That's scary.
They'll run it from the gun. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he ends up taking a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense understanding where...
Looking to throw on first down. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Under fire. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He'll take a deep shot here. Finds a spot in the middle. And the defense was on its heels after that long completion. After that huge play, they'll try to finish him off with another one. It's 1st and 10 from inside the 40. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
It's complete! Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Got it back on 2nd and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And after starting the season 0-1, this offense felt like they just left plays on the field in that first game. But so far today, they're taking advantage. QB's making good decisions. Guys are stepping up.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Looking downfield on first down. He's going for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Under fire. He's out. Continues to fight for yards. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And he hauls it in at the 25. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Does life get any better than this for an offense to start a drive with a first and goal? Here's the snap, looking to throw. Bust through behind his pad. Touchdown, Auburn! And the stomping has commenced. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Touchdown, Auburn! And the beatdown has ensued. So here comes the Auburn offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been... Breaks into the open. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Bringing the heat. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
And that's a big reason why this offense is so dangerous. If they get the lead, because of this guy's scrambling ability, they can just close the door, put that foot on your throat, and not take it off. Nobody was open that time. It looked like he was going to get sacked, and he just very nonchalantly was able to buy himself some time. He gets outside, uses his speed, picks up the first down. The offense stays on the field. They've already got the lead, and now they're just bleeding this clock away.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. They need to move it 2 more yards on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Quick strike through the air for the score. That lead. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Tigers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. They make the tackle at the 22. Will give him 5 yards on the play. It'll be enough for a first down.
I'll tell you, this running back, he's running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hat.
Going for it all. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on 2nd down. Trying to escape and get it himself. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to go up top on first down. And he makes the catch inside the 10. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. He's looking to pass. Oh, what a cut! And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And with that drive, you start to get excited. You start to think about the bounce back from a week ago. Went on the road, tough loss. You get to come back home. And this team has really been a different team today. Nice performance.
They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Oh, he wants it all. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business.
Let's go. Set. Set.
One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Boise, Idaho, and Albertson Stadium, home of the Boise State Broncos. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Auburn Tigers, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Powell. He might want another play. To the air on first down. Taking a shot on the first play. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great...
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. Keeps looking downfield. Snags it down the right side. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? Lining up from the 34 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. He'll off one deep down the left side. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Turns on the Jets. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. After getting moved back, it's 1st and 20. He'll try to do it himself. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Going to sling it on 2nd down. He wants it all. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw.
Touchdown, Tigers. They grabbed the early lead. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Buying some time. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in, it's Davidson. On the nasty move, and now he's got room. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Making side adjustments here. Rushes on him. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Tight end now in motion. Trying play action. Buys a little extra time. Now he'll turn and throw back to the right. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's not afraid to go deep. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense.
So here comes the Auburn offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Makes the grab. It's Duggan. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The blue turf rumbling on this 3rd down attempt as the Bronco fans exhort the knee. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete. Starts a drive trying to go up top. He'll take a shot. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. On the move at the 30. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going to try to get it himself. Oh, he's heading to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ball game. That was a late game situation. Nice
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They'll go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the 2nd half if you're on defense.
Sweet cut there. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
And, man, does he keep you honest. Just a guy that can run the football, that can make plays with his legs. You've seen it throughout the day. Listen, this wasn't a big play, but it can be death by 1,000 cuts. He just continues to scramble, make plays, make you defend his feet for a whole game.
And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. The Tigers want to move quickly. The snap sets up the throw. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And talk about being...
Quarterback on the keeper. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there.
Going to take a shot. Makes the catch on the left. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
That's a really good...
They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He'll try to take it back. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
That might...
It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you.
13! Blue, hut!
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Let's talk for a second about Auburn. Boy, this just hasn't been their year. All of the aspirations starting the season in the top 5, but there's always someone that seems to bottom out against those big expectations.
No question, Reese, and what's so disappointing, especially looking at this team's offense, is they're just not making the plays. They've got the guys on paper that look like they could be All-Americans. They have guys that can change the course of games, and that's why coming into this season, they were given that top 5 ranking, but on the field, in games, they simply, for whatever reason, have not been able to get it done, and the lack of execution, to me, is a huge reason why they've fallen out of the top 25.
Yeah, they haven't handled the pressure. I mean, that's just the easiest way to say it, because you just mentioned playmakers. They got them. They got guys that know how to play this game. That's why they were ranked in the top 5. They've got to get something going, and it has to start today.
He'll keep it himself. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Here's the pressure. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Oh, they're after him. Lobs it off the back foot. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in... And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. He threw a pick on the initial drive, but they have it back, and we're still looking for our first points of the game. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the 1st down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He's going to run it. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Here comes the heat. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. With the catch, it's Thompson. There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Into the end zone. He's going for the goal line. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
Touchdown, Auburn! Great job by the back on the option. The Tigers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. The offense changing the play. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Trying to make magic with his feet. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He'll pull it on the read. And this one will be stopped for no gain. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go back to the ground. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense. He's got it. 1st down and more. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it at the 12. They're moving quickly after that big 4th down conversion. Clock will roll when the ball is set. Here's a heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They'll immediately call timeout. And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Wants to go up top. Moving away from pressure. Turning it on. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Now with a 1st and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. He'll do it himself. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Wants to go up top on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Pressure coming. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work in Auburn, Alabama so far, and welcome into the halftime report. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man...
So here comes the Auburn offense. They'll try the run. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some run.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Takes it the other way. And he will roll into... Might be changing the route. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He unleashes a long one. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick six. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm and reestablish some confidence. Obviously, that one falls incomplete, but they need to get this guy back into a rhythm. The only way you do that is by throwing the ball.
On third down, he drops to throw. It's caught along the sidelines, but he's out of bounds. Would have had the first down if he could have stayed in the field of play. To the air on first down. He'll pull it down. Can't get him to the ground. And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move gives him the first down yardage. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The give on the option. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. So the final period starts with a second down play. Motion from the back. To the air on second down. He's going to take off. Quick spin on the run. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players up.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
Going downfield for the big play. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Deep down the right side. What great concentration to stay in bounds and make the catch. Auburn lines up quickly.
Hey, down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him. And he's
going to fire deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. The sweet feet buy a little time. And it's picked off for the third time today. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They were on the move the last time they had it. Unfortunately, an interception ruined just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there. And they don't want to waste this great field position here on third and long. And that'll be it. It has been said that the obstacle is the way, and this obstacle is now back-to-back losses.
Back-to-back L's. It's not the end of the world, though. I still think there's time for this team to figure out what they're going to do, how they're going to finish the season strong. It's not over yet. 2 bad weeks. Flush it down the toilet. Refocus the mechanism. We're ready to rock and roll next week.
It just needs to be about finding a way to win a game right now. In all likelihood, 99.9% chance the college football playoff now is not a possibility anymore. That's okay. Let's worry about winning a game. Let's go back. Let's watch the film. Let's get back to being who we are so we can get this ship right.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
go. Ready? Set. Ready? Hut. Black 88. Set. Set. Red 18. Set.
Let's get that smoke.
Red 80. Set. Hut. Blue 85. Black 18. Black 14. Red 29. Set. Get set. Set. Red 54. Hut. Blue 30. Set. White 29. White 53. Let's go. All eyes.
Here we go. Here we go.
Welcome to Corvallis, Oregon, Research Stadium, home to the Beavers, and you better get used to the sound of chainsaws as the fans here been ready for this clash since early this morning.
Here we go. Break.
The give to the back. He has the first and still on his feet. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Auburn people love to recite their creed, and I think somewhere in there, it's you should run the football well.
That's definitely a part of their blueprint. Every championship team, every great Auburn team starts with the big guys up front, paving the way, running the football. Establishing that first will make the Auburn fan base proud.
Buys a little time. Gets rid of it. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down. They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. From the gun, wants to pass. Slings it downfield. And they can't make the connection.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
The Tigers backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. That's caught. It's Thompson. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Let's see what they've got on second down. The give out of the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Tigers come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Looking deep. Pulls it in on the right. At the 30. The 10. And he ran away from the deep. Great place to start for this offense. They'll start this drive going to the air. Snags it. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown. Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Snaps it in the shotgun. Lets it go to the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry.
So here comes the Auburn offense. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. On the run deep down the right side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Looking to scramble. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. And the Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Going for it all. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Taking it the other way.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the...
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. He's moving out of the pocket. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking for a gap. It's Davidson. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this 2nd half so far. physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Third down play from the gun. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The offense wastes no time getting... From the gun, the running back has it. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Got a little space. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Tigers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. A shot toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming up. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped right at the 42-yard line as this defense forces a fourth. The Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking to throw on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Makes the grab. It's Duggan. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Tigers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Snagged in the middle. It's Simmons. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time,
going for the big play. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And that's how pressure on a quarterback.
Now with the 1st and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
And that was a play call the coordinator had in his back pocket. He was hoping his defense would get the stop on 4th down. They did. There was no...
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The short hands, it's Duggan. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I know that was third down.
Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is...
Set, ready, aha!
birds. They've always been a popular mascot for any team in sports. Perhaps it's our fascination with flight, the elegance and majesty with which... This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Wants to fire on second down. Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. Guys, let's chat a little big picture Auburn. Safe to say expectations have not been met. When you start a season in the top 5, you expect to contend for a playoff spot. Now they're sitting there unranked. What about just overhauling the whole... They're going to throw it to start the drive. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He's looking deep. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. So now it's second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams, Bryce, alive on third down. Fires left. He's got it. Breaks into the open. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Oh, the sweet feet. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. They've got a first down here to open the period. He'll pull it on the read. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, nice job by this defense stringing it out towards the sideline. And when I do that, man, all my body's got to rally to the football. We got to run to the football really, really hard from inside out. Nice job by the defense getting to the quarterback and making the play.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it meant...
Touchdown, Tigers! Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas...
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. On the run, still looking. Got out of trouble and throws. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Backed up now. Here's second and long. From the gun, the ground game. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And the third down pass is incomplete. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Using his feet to buy time. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. He'll take another shot here. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Ball marked at the 26. It's first and 10. He'll pull it down and run. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. Auburn to the line in a hurry. They'll go to the air. Let's it fly. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Auburn. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Throws toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Auburn! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
So here comes the Auburn offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything there.
Lets it fly. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
I think the biggest issue in the passing game for this offense has been accuracy, right? The last time this guy took the field, he completed less than 50% of his throws, and you're seeing that again in this game. Just hasn't been able to put the ball where he wants it to go.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Fires on the move. It's caught downfield. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on first down. Under fire. They pick up half of it. It'll be second and 5.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hang in that pocket just a little more and maybe make some plays down the field with his arm.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Stuffed On back-to-back plays, he got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing to the football to the end zone. Like
bunch formation for these receivers. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quarterback gets enough. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He'll do it himself. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. A shot toward the end zone. And the ball was knocked away incomplete, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's sort this one out. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to... And the ball is out! Who's going to get it? Well, the offense did fall on that loose football, but it won't matter much as they turn it over on downs. They thought they had... They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. He gets enough for the 1st down. Crowd is silent. Chains are moving. Clock still going. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss. 2nd and long here, but objective number 1, keep that clock moving. He's going for it all. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Picked up a few extra on that return. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from that.
Yeah, and you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. Continue, and then you look up at the end of the season, you never...